All right, welcome back. First thing is, finally, I just decided to go ahead and redo my boots. I added stable footing. That's the big change. I found netherite shoes that was similar enough with what I had previously. Good armor and armor toughness. Oh, there's evasion on there. I need to get rid of that. I guess I can show you how to reforge it. So what are we doing today? We now have just constant uraninite. And the reason we have that is I tore out everything that we had here and I just completely redid it. So let me show you real quick. And what I did was I added more. So I changed the recipe. Here, the recipe is basically taking the block of uranium to make it into uraninite. And these two have kind of kept up overall. And then if I need it, these can also help out. This one is exclusive, doing like everything else. And this one is doing the smaller pattern. I just left both of them in there. The blocks cost a little bit more power compared to just doing it with singles, but you get more done faster. I also noted that we were running out of precious matter all the time. So I added more. And that way, like if we're not crafting, it's making a stockpile of precious. And yeah, and if you go over here, I know we're gonna need a lot of Entro crystals. So the Entro crystals that we have, we're kind of powering up. Look back here. Let's just break that. So these are crystal fixers. They fix the Entro budding, whatever these things are called. And basically I have acceleration cards and the ender dust. Of course, I didn't do this manually. I used the memory card thing from Extended AE, I think. And yeah, so having all of this here lets it so that if I turn this up and I use my pickaxe, I can basically get a ton quickly. And I have to pay attention to the color. If there's too much bluish, I gotta be careful because that means the thing is not repaired. One more. So every time this thing grows, there's a chance for it to decay. And this thing right here, you'll see in the top of my screen, progress, it uses ender dust. Now we can make ender dust easily. Also, I want to make the quantum computer, and that's sort of like the beginning of this episode. Quantum computer, quantum crafting, just get it done faster. Which means we need a place for it, and I don't want it, I don't know if I want it hidden, or it's not the prettiest of all things, but we need it as close to maybe here. Here could be good because we can easily reach one of our cables by going up. Oh wait, no, we can't. Wait, over here. So this is a dense cable. We have 24 being used on this. I would prefer not to. I'd prefer a fresh one. So let's grab this one. All right. All right. So now we have access to this, which means we should be able to do the things we need. I'm going to take this really big one. So I prepped a lot of the crafting we needed. The quantum computer should be the first one I think we make. That's the extended, or no, that's advanced AE. And I just crafted a bunch of stuff. We'll keep making these. So here's the stuff we're going to need. Quantum computer storage, and all of these are just normal crafts using our singularities. Shattered singularities using the reaction chamber and the crystal assembler. And so I'm not going to go over all that. It should be pretty easy. I'm going to do that. And okay. Yeah. So each one contains one of these and also one of these. So it can only have one of each of these. And then the rest of it can have accelerators, and storage. It's basically at least that's how I remember it. So So we'll see. Max size is 7x7. I don't think we need it that big. But how far, you know, we could put it here and here maybe, but this gets in the way. Maybe we put it over here as well. Or we can fit the two machines in here. So maybe we start small. You're right. Me start small. And then, all right. Damn. Yeah, it's too small. I think we need to do more. Make it one size bigger. Okay. And then I don't know if the wand has a way to just make a square. All right, so we're gonna do that. So that's right now we have 1 layer, 2nd layer, 3rd, 4th, 6, and 7. That's gonna be interesting. Okay, so if we go inside, probably should just make an opening later, and I think all we have to do is just place all of these. All right, this was supposed to be quick and fast and quick, but do that. I honestly have no idea if it has to be connected in a special way. I'm just doing this because it might look cool. I don't know. I gotta get used to doing it this way anyway, right? Why did it place it there? Why don't we just do this? That's kind of cool. I like that. Can we place multiple here? Aha, easy. Okay. There we go. And that is our quantum computer online. Already it's using this to craft things. So if we need to, I believe we can make another one. I don't think we're going to. So we use advanced AE, but extended AE is a thing too. So we need a bunch of these and a bunch of these. Make the frame. Let's just make it symmetrical to what we have over there, right? And I'm going to hook them up. How much is being used here? 1. So let's go ahead and set up the structure first. And then we just got to do this. Let's go inside. Oh, we're out. Make a few more of these. Oh, that was fast. Okay. So now we just need to mix and match and there's a limit. So we should check for sure. Because I thought one of them, there could only be a certain amount. Here it is, 5 speed cores. Oh boy, okay. We have one of these here, and then we're just gonna do these. These are the pattern cores, so we can store more patterns. Not something we're gonna need a shit ton of. Sorry for my language. But enough, right? And then we're gonna use this. Place that. See, that worked. And then purple. And we'll break this one. And we need 5 of these. 1. I don't know. 3. Put it in random places. We'll put another one up high. Okay, and then the rest of these are the blue ones. Here we go. Then put the blue ones on the purple. And put the purple ones. That should do it. And that should be it. I'm relatively sure. Now we have enough materials so we can craft the second one. In my All the Mods 10 playthrough, I made 2 of these, and it lasted me the entire playthrough. There we go. We got power. We got everything. We need to start working on making our antimatter, I think. So we need to make the Neutron Activator. Okay, well, we need to make HDPE sheets first. To do that, we need an enrichment chamber. That's relatively straightforward. Oh, let me do a quick side tangent update as I always do. Yeah, we have enough neutronium where we could probably make the chicken, and I might make the chicken. We have neutron collectors going full blast with this pedestal, and if I really need more, this speeds it up. It's the time wand. I'm using an advanced clicker and just clicking each one on its own, and because of the way this thing works, it's always at 8 times. All right, we should stop. There's a reason it's not on all the time. I think we have more than enough. So it looks like we need an enrichment chamber. And then I'm gonna go ahead and open this up. I always try to have enough power when I do these. Enrichment chamber, and then on top. That's the play. And we may need more, so that's why I'm just gonna setting it up here. And thing tables. Okay, so this is the pattern. We can't do that yet because we don't have HDPE, but to set this up, power from the bottom, that shouldn't matter, but input output from the top, and that should be it for the enrichment chamber. And what else do we need? So we have the HDPE pellet that we need to make. To make that, we need a PRC, pressurized reaction chamber, and we need substrate. And I believe we have 16 million substrate. So easy. So we just need a PRC. Pressurized reaction chamber. And I mean, we only need to make one. Let's not go a little insane. I don't need to make a crafting pattern for everything. There we go. All right, so PRC. Clear that. So everything's going to, items are going to input output from here. And we need chemicals going in as well. So chemicals are input output here. Fluids, input output. Oh no, input only. And then power comes from the bottom. I forgot to set the power here. What is this? Okay. Oh no, that's item. And I want to muffle all these. And then I've been putting max energy upgrades on everything. And then I'll put like just a little bit of the speed. We don't need that much. 5 is honestly more than enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. Shift click. Shift click. Okay. So we should be able to do that now, right? What's the chemicals that we need? Oxygen and liquid ethene. Guess what? We've been making that for a while. So we should be able to do this just by putting a crafting recipe in then. Think. All right, so let's request a pellet. Or what is this thing called? Yeah, HDPE pellet. Wait, where is it? online. HDPE pellet. Oh, am I? Oh, wait. Doesn't make sense. Oh, stored craftable there. So let's see. One pellet. Done. We didn't set the output to auto eject. We got that. So now we need HDPE sheet. And done. All right. So easy. Got that. Neutron Activator. Okay. So we need this. I'm pretty sure we have all of these. Let's just make the recipe. Oh, wait. I need elite control and steel casing. Always be prepared. There we go. And we should be able to craft one of these neutron activators. Did I not? Okay. That's going to go in the world engine, aka the dummy. Yeah, we got to go down pretty far now. I may have to rename this. It's this one. All right, so now we can just make one of these and shouldn't be a problem. And then we need 24 of these. Carbon plating block. And then we need this whisper glass. I mean, I guess just craft it. And I'm pretty sure we have these. We don't. So we have void crystals blocks. We just don't have this recipe. This thing. All right, so we got to add that to our list. Okay, there it is. We should have enough of those. I have to make those, and the fact that we don't have flint on demand. How much flint do we have? Ooh, okay. Another thing that you definitely need to put in the replicator. Up, up, nope. Start down. Up, up. Okay. So like we can make 1,000. Look at how fast that is now. So I tick accelerated the replicator. So we have this now. And I just need to put that into here. And the way we have it set up is each of these needs to get updated as well. So these are the normal void crystals. So we just need void crystal blocks so it doesn't like send it to the wrong place. Oh no. Do we not have room? We're not going to do this one. We'll do the bigger one. And then this one's to make sure we put this one in. Okay, so we place that in there and we should just be able to request. Let's test one. I'm gonna turn that on. So there's a second where this thing will not go right away because I have it on eco mode. Or I thought it did. Yeah. Always. There we go. I think it's done. Wait. Yeah. Oh, I never set up this one. All right. I am very happy we did this. So typically when I'm AFK here in the world or doing stuff, not recording, I'll keep most of these off. But since we're on, in case we need it. Feels like we need, let's just make a few. So you won't have to worry about it. There we go. Watch it being made. And to think we could time accelerate this with a time wand as well. Okay, so we have that, and we just need to craft one of these. Which now, like, I'm thinking the watch of flowing time can be added to every single device that we have. Okay. So what in the world is that? It? We're close, aren't we? 24 reactor heat vent. It wasn't in my inventory. Okay, I'm just gonna grab them. Vent. What are the whisper glass? Sure, why not? They're 100. And I need the carbon plating block. Carbon plating block. Oh, and the powered void. Okay, Neutron gives you a start to work with, but now we will need to activate it. Okay, cool. It can convert nuclear waste into polonium. Okay, so this is where we need this thing. And we also need to figure out how things set up. I need the activator. Is there a preview for this? Is it that small? We've used a circuit fabricator and it's shown an outline. Let's get out of... No. I was thinking shaders might be a thing. I remembered something. The recipes have this thing. So does that mean once I've clicked that... There it is. That is similar to what I was thinking. Okay. So yeah, pro tip if you're having trouble with this. Wait. Is this an ins? What? Is that sticking out in the front? Let's just redo that. Is that... Wait, that's so weird. Okay. That's how it looks like. Then the empowered void. Then the whisper glass is on the outskirts of these. Oh, wait. That is not a real block. And... Alright, so that's all of that. This thing goes, I assume, there. And then... What was the other item? This thing. And then the glass. The bottom. Wait, I'm short? How am I short one of these? Okay. Is that it? Or did I miss something else? Let's double check and click the button again. I feel like I did it. No, because you wouldn't need the bottom one. Usually the back of these machines. Don't have any. I can't see. Yeah, there's nothing there. So what am I missing? I mean, we won't know how to do this or if it works until we get the nuclear waste. We should move on. I'm assuming this is working as intended now. Oh, wait. I didn't see this. Custom blah blah blah. To access features, click the recipe arrow. Oh, if only I would read. Panel structures look like this, with 2 whisper glass on each of the 4 walls. Reactor reflector, 1 up from the bottom. Middle block. Reactor vent on top of that, and then powered block on top of the middle block. Okay. Okay. Really just gotta read. So this is the stuff that we need, the polonium stuff, which comes from PRC using fluorite dust. But we need polonium water liquid. So it needs nuclear waste and a temperature. So, and I guess the neutron pile is what provides it with heat, I think. Time to make a nuclear reactor, I guess. We've hit that point. Well, okay, let's finish fissile fuel creation, which is something we've been working on over here. Fissile fuel. So we are working on this part first. So we need to take uranium hexalfloride, or sorry, hydrofluoric acid with uranium oxide. We have hydrofluoric acid. We do not have this yet, which requires us to make the yellow cake uranium. So first I need a chemical oxidizer. Okay. To take, and then another enrichment chamber to make yellow cake uranium. Put that in here. We'll start crafting a few of these while we set everything else up. That seems pretty simple. Do 1,000. All right. Now that we have all that, we take this, we put it into the chemical oxidizer, turn it into uranium oxide. So and this is how I've been doing it. Chemical oxidizer, one of these, and then, well, not really. This one doesn't use patterns, because I don't think there's a use for yellow cake uranium other than this. So we instantly will want to put it over here. So what we used was an import or export from our system. And so we need cables. And then an export. Then acceleration. And then that should input that once we have that set up. Input output. And it's already working. Energy upgrade and muffler. And we should add speed now. Do 5. Okay. So it's going. Okay. Import cables. And that shouldn't matter how, I guess we should make it fast. And honestly, we should honestly always do this. I didn't do it here because I was being lazy. So now I'm like, I don't know what this creates. Sulfur dioxide? Liquid sulfur dioxide? I think. So now I know that does liquid sulfur dioxide. This one is sulfur trioxide. I don't know if it's liquid or the gas one. I think it's the gas one. Or the chemical one. Looks like it's working. Also, this makes oxygen in something else. Sulfur dioxide. Sulfuric acid. So this one's sulfuric acid. Assume it's this one. Okay, and then this one makes the hydrofluoric acid. Assume it's the liquid one. No, it's the chemical one. There we go. So now we have at least a visible way to look at all of these. But I mean, we're getting the stuff we need, right? That's that matters. Uh-oh. Uranium oxide. Eject on. Eject. Oh, right. Okay, so this one's only input, and then this one's output. Right? The top. Hold on. Oh no. So what's wrong now? Another way to do this, by the way, is using interfaces and subnets and stuff. I just felt that there was no other need to save it. Chemical, that's why. There we go. Yeah, I don't think I want, because we're going to need this for something, right? That's going to go into this one, Uranium Hexalfloride. So we need another chemical infuser. Some of these are, I accidentally put some chemicals inside it and I'm too lazy to take it out. So I'm just making new machines. All right. So we want part of this to go to the left. And then this one's going to input it into here. So you get uranium oxide here. The chemical infuser, uranium oxide, and then we need hydrofluoric acid, which we are currently making elsewhere. Oh, that's a big one. It doesn't matter. Export. Let's double check. Yeah, it is hydrofluoric acid. Hydrofluoric acid, and then I feel acceleration cards are fine for this. And then side config, we're gonna input the chemicals from the back. And there we go. And then we need an output. And we're outputting uranium hexafluoride, which is the chemical, right? I can't tell if it's pulling. And I'm gonna muffle this thing. All right. Uranium hexafluoride. It's not getting out fast enough. So the best way to double check that is this. So just drag that one in there. Should pull it. Let's put this here for a second. Oh, we're not ejecting it again. Eject out. There we go. So now that we have this, we use the isotopic centrifuge, which we can craft. So the interesting thing is, once we craft the centrifuge, it has, I mean, we're not going to make more, are we? And if we do, we can make another, easy. But yeah, this thing right here has matter values and we can replicate it. I don't think we need to. All right. Let's see. We want to eject. I want to put it in here. So Fissile Fuel or uranium hexalfloride and output. Oh, geez, that's loud. Be very, very quiet. So it's making Fissile Fuel. It's a little slow. We have that energy. And then looks like we're definitely gonna need speed. It was already there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There. All right, so it's making it, and I'm gonna store that again in my AE2 system. So we're gonna do another import bus up, and we should just be able to do that. Fissile Fuel import, and then chemical config. Oh no, we can't pull from the top. I mean, I think we need to keep the export bus there. So that's uranium hexafluoride. or in case we need it there. But what we can do is let's use a smaller Fluix cable. We'll just, I don't know, just do this. And that's so horrible looking. We're doing this. Doing it my way. Okay. So import bus is already here. With the import bus, we are importing Fissile Fuel. We need to output that to the left. Not enough room. We need to pull faster. There we go. So Fissile Fuel's imported. Let's go ahead and close this up again. We're going to use facades. Ooh, facade. Hello? I cannot click it. There we go. And it's the pillar. And then I just have to click that. Oh, wait, no, wrong spot. This one's just the facade of anti-block. There we go. And then we just place another in there. See? That looks fine. So this anti-block, this facade's cool, but this is a situation where I do think an anchor makes more sense. The AE2 facade. And we can just do that. And it looks clean. There we go. Let's go look at mechanisms section. Gets us money too. Okay, the fission reactor. We need 24 casings, 4 ports, 6 glass. Logic adapter. I don't know if I'll make the turbine. I've done it twice before. All right. It can be different sizes. We'll do a small one. I'm just sticking to the size that we have here now. Okay, there's that. It's gonna need a reactor port and the logic stuff. And that's where I think I'm gonna put it back here. I can't remember how this works. I think it has to be like this. Oops. Oh, I did this so wrong. Good enough. Don't worry, I'm not gonna screw up. Maybe. I don't know if the top requires me to use this, because I thought you controlled. I'm getting this confused with extreme reactors, I think. No, I think we gotta go down. Right, these things just don't disappear. So there, and then I mean they had a port at the top. Fission reactor port. We're gonna need a configurator. So that one is what? Don't we need a controller or something for this? I'm missing something here. Output waste, output coolant, input only. I think output coolant is what it is. Doesn't hurt to just do it there. And then I always do this. I always whitelist. And then theme, it said. I think it's just Steam. Right? I don't know actually. Steam. I assume maybe. I don't think it's liquid steam. Does that make sense? Hold on. Pressurized tube. But there was nowhere for us to filter the steam. Not that I saw. All right, this is gonna output waste. It's not the universal cable because that's power. Pressurized tube. Okay, there. Do we need them connected? So if I recall, yeah, it needs to be from the top. Yes, that can work. Definitely want to move that over. Okay, and then that should be pulling it there. I don't know if we have to do this. That should be everything just pulling straight down to here. And I'm assuming do that. Okay, so there's that. Our logic stuff, I think we'll have over here. Behind this thing, maybe. I think we're gonna need room for this though. Let's do it this way. All right, now we need input. This is, or yeah, that's water. Wait, that's coolant, right? Output waste, output coolant, input only. No, that's fine.
$200 whoopsies later.
Oh. I forgot that part. But it's still not working. Fission reactor casing. The reactor glass is fine. We need more input outputs, I think. By the way, I kind of want to get rid of this. The ones in the corners. They're not going to get full. Yeah, they're not going to get full cooling. And I'm like, we're not powering our stuff with this. We're just trying to make way. So it makes more sense to make it a little bit more safe. Right?
It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Oh, there's react. Oh no. That could be a reason why it's not working. How much did I put in? Oh no, was there more in there? No. Oh, let's just go down on it. I should have been going down on this. Oh, there is. Oh, what did I do? Okay. Oh, there it is. All right, we got it. Oh yeah, water input's really slow. How much of these do we need? Yeah, this thing's not gonna run out of water. It's just input is slow. I need more export bus. Sure, we'll figure that out. All right, there is water. Now, what happens if how do we flush the water out of this? I have no idea. I mean, so far it looks good. That's okay. Let's set the rate limit to 1 millibucket. We haven't set up our safety systems. So basically, logic adapter. So high temperature, critical waste level, damage critical, insufficient fuel. So all of these are doing something different, right? Wait, how does it? Yeah, this one's insufficient fuel. This one's also insufficient fuel. Let's do damage critical on this one. This one can be disabled for now. This one is high temps, critical waste, idle. Okay, I don't think it can be in this. I don't trust it there. So this one's this one should be activation. We need the redstone stuff. Does this have the one that not mechanism, that all the mods 10 had? It's like tiny redstone, I think. This thing, I think. Red alloy. I think this is it. So if these send a signal. Oh, that's already sending a signal. Why is that sending a signal? Oh, that makes sense. Because there is no fuel in there. I hope I'm getting this right. If the damage is critical, send a signal. If there's no fuel, send a signal. If critical waste, send a signal. Temperature's high, send a signal. Okay. And then this will activate when powered. No, we want to flip it. Can we flip it inverted? Activate generator when powered. Yeah, okay. So as long as one of these is on. Okay, let's hope that's correct. We have the water in here right now. Fissile fuel is the thing we're going to put in here. So when we're ready to get fissile fuel in here, I can hit the switch. For now, it should be okay. Well, it would help if this was actually a port. Not induction. Fission reactor port. There we go. The water went up pretty quickly. And we did set it low, right? Set it to 1. I'm going to go ahead and lower. Okay, it's making steam right now. I'm going to turn off the fissile fuel input. We don't have any more. Yeah, look at the water. We're not making enough water. So first off, the coolant is not releasing enough. Okay, so it is liquid steam. I was why can't I oh no. Gosh. Need an empty tank. Oh, that's chemical. The tank. So let's get some. And it looks like we have I can never break these now, by the way. Okay, so it's storing in here. Okay, we have steam. Now, how do I get a bucket of steam? I guess we just have to keep it on the blacklist. Yeah, steam is under control. We have no nuclear waste. Because there's no tank? No, it's just empty. So why is that empty? I'll set up a meat station later, a meat fluid molten meat station. Time chicken, we got it. There are different solutions to the problems, right? So this is the more brute force method. I don't know why we weren't sucking from... Never mind. Okay. Okay, so yeah, you guys saw what happened, and a lot of things, tried a lot of things. And editing all of that would have taken hours and hours and hours, and I'm not about that right now. I want to play the game. I highlighted a lot of my mistakes, so it's there. I do, since I'm here, I do want to show you guys. I did set up a little bit of a chicken thing. Behind this is a logistical sorter, just shooting them out one at a time. It's kept all of this really good, so there's absolutely no need to go crazy with trying to send a whole bunch, because if you level them up properly, each time they get a seed, it's a full stack. And it takes a little bit of time, sure, but like, look at this. That's more than enough, right? I even put the lava chicken, which you never used before. So, that's it. Also, I may have had an accident that maybe will make it to a clip at some point, but I now have all the relics, and I'd love to show everything. I wish we were streaming, but because this is a YouTube video and your time is valuable, I'm just going to show you guys what we've been doing. So we now have polonium stored in here. So it looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4 tanks, four barrels full, and we're filling up some more down here. And I kind of cleaned everything up as best as I could, and moved things around. And so now this is over here, and this is also something that we created. So I should probably go over it before I look at the reactor and tell you what I ended up doing. So I moved this. The Neutron Activator is getting from under here, you'll see, nuclear waste from the fission reactor. It's coming in here and it's getting processed. We have neutron piles going in and temperatures at 500. I think it just needs to be 420, so that's how it is. I'm splitting the polonium to storage and also to the pressurized reaction chamber. I've put it on pause for now because I don't think I need how much polonium right now. We need a lot, but we don't need that much. Yeah, 829 polonium is probably enough, I would think. If I need more, I can hit the switch. And then on this side, you also have to make another PRC, or I guess you need to take the isotopic centrifuge and take the nuclear waste, send it over, and I have it turned off right now, so stuff isn't going in, it looks like, because of that. And this would make plutonium, which is different, and it also needs fluorite dust, and you basically end up with also there was a leftover waste that came from that. So I have it all down here. So yeah, it's spent nuclear waste, and so everything's sort of cleaned up down here now. The initial setup that I did was so messy, it drove me nuts, and it's like 2 days later and I've sort of cleaned things up, prepping for the next video, which we're gonna need a lot of plutonium and polonium. So running out of time this episode, and I decided to just record a whole new section because honestly it was too confusing. I think it wasn't a good viewing experience. But we are next episode going to make the antimatter pellet. We need to make the SPS casing. I've only made one. We need to make a lot more, and we need to make the supercritical phase shifter. But we just really needed plutonium and polonium, and we got that. In terms of plutonium, we have 436, and the only reason we have less is you can see this with this recipe. I made the mech suit. Ignore the thing in the behind me, but yeah, I have a mech suit now. It looks cool, and that's all it is, because my previous gear is definitely better. Still wearing it, and this is just cosmetic now for now. So yeah, let me take you through a little bit of the issues. Water was an issue. We could not get enough water pumping in there, so I took the pitcher plant, bone mealed it like crazy, set up a whole field here, and just did as much as I could. I even set up this right here to fill it with water, and it's just, yeah, this thing was not keeping up. And then we also have the nuclear waste stored down here. This is honestly overkill because I should have scaled up this one more. And honestly, we're still more than fine. When I broke, and don't do what I did unless you are okay with it, but I broke the Neutron Activator and it irradiated my entire base. No explosion, but everything was radiated for about 4 hours, and I had radiation sickness where I couldn't come near here for about an hour and a half until I got my radiation suit, which I had, of course. All right, so this is the solution I came up with, and it's pretty good. So I was struggling to get more than the rate of, like, what was it? The rate limit was at 2 or 1, and it was still losing so much water. So now we're making or we're burning 39 milli buckets per tick. No, we're doing 36. I'm trying to get to 39, but I would need to buy more water generator upgrades, and that's what I did. It's nuts. And if you want to see how crazy, if I break this, you'll see that there's basically there's this. And all of these have a lot of fluid stacks, so they transfer as much water as possible. And that's what I've done almost everywhere. Even here, where they're not really connected, they're sending it over to this one, and yeah, and all of these are sucking from the drawers, the fluid drawers. And so far, doing all of this plus all the pitcher plants plus the stuff back here, so we're making a bunch of this. It goes straight into here, getting saved and also converted into the thing. So I can even turn this on and show you guys. There we go. There's the polonium. I'm gonna pause that again. Does that get sucked? Yep. It took a while to kind of clean everything up, but as you can see over here, most of my mess is under here, but it's not as big of a spaghetti noodle as it was before. The only real big craziness, oh, and all of these symbolize pressurized tubes that could have nuclear waste, so you got to be careful. And this one is also another tube, a facade. We're not going to break it, but there's a barrel in there that basically where all of this is coming in from, and then we're pulling from the barrel to the two machines that we're using. Let's put that back, and that's how I know the barrel's under there. And yeah, I can't get under there anymore, but I don't think there's a need to. I don't know if you need to do this. I was just going insane and just like pumping as much as I can in, and I was trying to like connect as much as possible, you know, just to get it to work. So this was a lot of fun, and next episode we can do a lot more, I think, and maybe get close to finishing this. I doubled this up, so we're now doing 4.8 million, and that was because I realized that my dragon's breath setup was better than all of this. I would actually in the future not go honestly or attack, because you have to. Oh, I didn't finish cleaning this up. That's been there for a long time. Yeah, so this was a lot easier once you have auto crafting done. Super factory manager and all the ignition blocks being automated using hostile neural networks, versus having to collect these, making here it is, biofuel. Biofuel comes from us processing the bioreactor and processing the biofuel item, and all of that just to make turbo fuel, which you again still have to process some more. Earlier game, maybe it's a good transition. I would not scale up as much as I did, and instead I would actually just go with this. It's really, once you have a dragon's breath and the extractor, it's pretty easy to get a bunch. You just push them into these item drains. Hey look, my liquid ethene collection too. And yeah, like all of these have just not really been working because they haven't had to. I could scale it up even more if I needed more power. It was also much easier than doing it using nuclear reactor. The reactors are cool, but trying to keep it with uranium or uraninite has been sort of a pain. I now have it all set up using I think I showed you guys already. So yeah, over here. So I'm keeping a bunch of uraninites just stocked, and luckily we can make uranium pretty easy and just make a bunch. Now some people don't like replication. Honestly, to me it's the same as using chickens and everything. Like there's still a process to set up replication and you've got to manage it, so it's a different type of game loop. Like I had to, if you guys remember, I had to scale up and add more of these. I even haven't actually finished the maybe at some future episode I'll do the power flower, because I never did craft the relays. I felt this was already enough. I have more than enough here backed up. 144k of red matter, and then back here there's 45.6. So just throw in here whatever, and red matter is just coming in here randomly. Yeah, so we're getting to the point where I'm trying to just make sure we have all the stuff needed for the next crafts. And I think the next episode's going to be a lot of just heavy crafting, and I don't know if we'll finish everything. I'm still taking my time, but this episode was like 8 hours at least of recording. And I think we're going to put the nuclear reactor, the thing that we're supposed to make, in here, I think. And yeah, I had a lot of fun trying to do this. I could honestly buy some more of these infinity water generator upgrades and plop them on top, put the transfer labels, and fit more in, and I could max this out. I even put back the corner pieces. Before I had the corner pieces turned off, I had them removed, if you guys remember earlier in the episode, and we were only able to burn rate at 33 max, so I upped it to 39, but we still can't maximize that. My tip: save your money for the water generators, the infinite water stuff. Use fluid drawers. I really do think this is worth it. And if you want to see, it's only 35. That's really nothing if you kill your wither since the beginning of this whole thing daily, and you don't waste your money, or don't waste your currency on anything else. So I'll see you guys next time, and I hope this was an interesting. This is a very interesting episode, even to edit. I'm feeling a little better, so thanks for the well wishes from people. I'm hoping we can stream again soon, and yeah, I'll see you guys next time. Bye bye. And as always, thank you so much for everybody who just continued supporting and just watching all the way to the end. Appreciate you guys. Take care now.